Thanks everyone. So normally I'm used to a bigger stage, I'm much more animated, so I'll try and keep out of the line of sight. I'm going to make standards-based IT applicable and approachable for the media world, hopefully, media and broadcast world. So before we start, just start off by doing the obligatory Hitachi introduction, which is 100 years old, build nuclear power stations, medical scanning equipment, trains, planes, automobiles, everything, smart cities, pretty much involved in everything that there is in technology terms today. However, we've also been very heavily investing in the media world for about 4 or 5 years now, and we've built out a very strong global team. And just to sort of give you a bit of an insight into that, we've got dedicated media architects across Europe, across the Americas, across Asia, and we also have some very strong solution specialists that very much focus in on key offerings that we're bringing to market, and hopefully you might find interesting. Hitachi play in across the board really when it comes to the world of media and broadcast, and in unexpected spaces. We're pretty well known for storage and also well known pretty much for compute, but actually we do an awful lot, and we have a very specific methodology that we follow under the leadership of a guy by the name of Shane Archiquette, who really drives how we go about our development and engineering for the media and broadcast world. It's driven very much by the applications within your arena. It's driven by the requirements of the likes of Boxer. It's driven by the needs of the future needs and the future scale of your industry and some of the trends that are going on. What we tend to do is we tend to take an approach of looking at the key applications, building out first and foremost referenceable architectures, things that you can hang your hat on, things that drive performance, drive reliability, so that you can get a measured mark from your investments. Everything we deliver, we have the full and absolute intention of delivering for the lowest environmental and economical footprint, but with the highest performance gains in mind. It's also worth mentioning that we're pretty popular in other industries, and there will be a number of operational applications, etc., that will be potentially within your businesses, things like SAP, and that's absolutely bread and butter. You'll struggle to find a platform capable of delivering them more economically and more performantly than we can. If we look at what we're actually looking to bring to market, we're looking at all elements of the media workflow, the key applications involved, and we're aligning, as I say, our technology to make sure that we're bringing the very best out of your investments in applications and delivering the very best experience out to your teams in the field and in your operations. We sit across the post-production application set, and again taking that same methodology of building out reliable, proven architectures, things that scale, things that provide you with the performance requirements, the performance gains of your world moving forward, not the world that you're kind of shifting away from. And then obviously we've got archive, something which nobody particularly likes, but actually it's a necessary part. And we work with a number of key players in that space, but equally we have our own very smart technologies that we bring to bear in that space. So, the 4 propositions that for me I wanted to highlight to you all today. There we go. No. So the four propositions I want to highlight. So the first and foremost is Adobe Anywhere. Those that don't know, this is really an application that's been, it's a remote editing application that helps you remove the spread of platforms across your business, helps you to bring them into sort of a more of a VDI type deliverable experience. Hitachi are the first tier one standards-based vendor that actually has been certified by Adobe. That is packaged and ready to go today. HyperFS. So we've very recently just won a very large European national broadcaster, and they've opted to move with HyperFS, and the reason they've done that is because yes, it has wonderful scale, but in terms of what it brings out of their edit suites, particularly in terms of performance, is absolutely huge. HCP, the content platform, and a friend over here from Bunker talking about cloud strategies. For us, our content platform is absolutely pivotal to absolutely any broadcaster or media house's cloud strategy. I don't know how to pause this thing, so it just keeps going back and forth. The reason being is because actually it's agnostic to where you target your data. It doesn't really care. It's a very secure, compliant environment for you to be able to access and manage your data, your content, from across any infrastructure, whether it be your own, whether it be hybrid, or whether it also be in the cloud. And then lastly, Starbeam. And Starbeam is our Blu-ray solution. We've literally just poached this out of US federal government. Not literally, it's not theirs, it's ours. We sold it to them. They use it a lot. But actually, this is our direct replacement for LTO. And the cost footprint, the total cost of ownership for LTO, for Starbeam versus LTO, it will save you around about 50% of your current investment in LTO, at the very least. It's also 4 times faster. It also offers you non-sequential access to your content, and it's also highly redundant and highly resilient. 1 petabyte, 1 kilowatt, 1 rack, and that's just today. By the end of the year, the media sizes that we're going to be allowing to be available on that solution go up exponentially. So we're talking about terabyte level of data, terabyte disks, etc.